Kansas City Chiefs have beaten the Indianapolis Colts. The Chiefs Kingdom will host the AFC Championship for the first time ever.
Just to host this game here, your thoughts on just the buzz that's with that?
Kansas City, the city itself, can finally just explode. I think now the fact that the Lamar Hunt Trophy is on the line, for the Hunt family to be able to lift that after a win and then go to the Super Bowl, I get goosebumps just talking about it, and I think that's exactly the way that the city is right now.
The biggest game in Arrowhead Stadium history, and I think that a lot of people have been talking all week about how cold it's going to be, and is that going to affect the noise? Like, we've all been waiting decades for this game to have this opportunity. I don't think that that is going to deter anybody from coming and making noise.
Let's just talk about this Patriot team. Their defense has given up the fewest points in the last 8 games of the regular season, but what do we see from the Patriots here?
This is not the same team at home versus on the road. When you look at the splits of what they've been at home compared to on the road, that is a substantial difference. And then you look at how good the Chiefs have been at home, you start to put that together, and you've got to feel good about the Chiefs' chances in this matchup just based on those numbers alone.
I also think you have to think about the Chiefs side of things. This is not the same Chiefs team. They've figured out some of the kinks, and this is a much, much better improved defense.
Pressured up the middle, he's gonna be sacked!
They started off as that gritty, tough, gonna punch you in the mouth team, which they still are, but they've also added speed.
Fire it late, and it's broken up and nearly intercepted.
These guys have gotten faster. They're able to stay with their defenders, and on top of that, they're not committing as many penalties, which I think is making a massive difference for the defense.
Just 2 penalties total in the last 2 games for the defense. All right, let's flip it over to the other side, and New England's defense against Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs offense. This Patriots defense is kind of like their offense. Like, they kind of rely on deception and trying to get turnovers. If they don't get that, they'll struggle.
They rely on those turnovers. The Chiefs rely on turnovers too. That's big for both of these defenses, but I also think that Patrick Mahomes has developed in such a way that he's learning how to pick apart those disguises.
They were doubling you, and you just split in between both of them, and they try to come down hard on you, you do it right between both those guys.
He's getting much smarter as he has gone on this season. He threw 2 interceptions in that first meeting. That's not going to be the case this time around.
Yeah, they figured out something in that second half of that game. He was 9 of 13 for 188 yards and 4 touchdowns. Whatever adjustments they made or whatever conversations they had or whatever he was looking at, it seemed to have changed in the second half because they came out on fire. They were putting points up. They just kind of ran out of time.
Most underrated part of this Chiefs team is how physical they are. Everybody thinks it's an ice skating team. They'll sledgehammer.
It's not just that Damian Williams is running the football and picking up yards. He is creating energy with the way that he is running, as hard as he is running. You see it after the play. You see his offensive linemen get fired up. You see him get fired up. And it just creates energy in Arrowhead Stadium.
Reed knows that he's going to get those 4th downs for him, so he can trust his offense to stay on the field, to control the time of possession, which they haven't done all season. And to see that in the Colts game, it's a tribute to the running game.
And if you get close, the quarterback will push you into the end zone. That was cool. I got to tell you, Lewis and Clark didn't do it. Walt Disney didn't do it. Satchel Paige didn't do it. And that is host an AFC Championship game in this city. Here come the Patriots. Let's roll.